Welcome to this Anaheim Ducks franchise mode. Here we are in 2030 off season after we just won the back-to-back Stanley Cups with the Anaheim Ducks. So that's pretty awesome, and we basically have who we want signed right now. So let's get into the draft here, and then free agency we can see who we want. So looks like San Jose got the first overall pick. Hopefully they can actually turn it around. Have had the same bad teams for all this whole thing. So let's see who retired. Hopefully not many of our main guys that we need. Zibanejad, Nugent Hopkins, Huberdeau still has time on that contract. That's crazy. How did he do with that contract? He did okay, but not what they need him to do. Defensively, we got Dougie Hamilton, who is just incredible in this mode. Look at that. Still had 73 points this season. Former Duck Cam Fowler retires. And let's look at the draft here, see who we might want. I actually can't remember what draft picks we have, but because I think we bought some. I think we just gave away our first and that's it. Another goalie again. If only we needed goalies. This guy looks a little better. 915 and C's. I guess that's not accurate, but this guy we can take in the 7th round, maybe even the 6th round. This guy could be interesting, good center to get. What's this gem guy? 2 years out. A Scott Hartnell comparison. Character worth ethic, that looks good. They're just not the right player types. This one could be good. These guys, this guy's 20 though. These guys are 20. That's interesting. Why they have all these 20-year-olds in the draft. 19-year-old could be an option. Alright, so let's go see what picks we have. I think we have all the picks but our first. Oh, we do have our first. We actually have extra picks this draft after winning the cup. That's a little crazy. Oh yeah, because we traded a prospect for... We would have had to give up quite a few picks to get Stevenson. Which, I don't know about that, but let's look at our progress reports just to see how we've been doing. just a bunch of stat growth. Stevenson got natural decline, actually. So that's good to remember. Nekis, look at this guy. $53 points, 19 points in 18 games. That's awesome. So this guy's growing pretty well. Don't have as many prospects. I like this guy for sure. Got a goalie growing for us there. Split time, he was good. So let's get into the draft here. Well, let's see how much cap space we have actually. I don't think we need to make any moves. We want to just see if we can bring everybody back again. It's been working. So we have 12. Roy might be a problem. Kairu, he is still an RFA. He's wanted the same amount of money since like the first couple years that we had him in the NHL. Stevenson, I'm not sure about him. Like everybody else, it's all good. So I think we should be fine. We don't need to get more cap space. We don't really have a way to do that anyways, because we don't have anybody overpaid. And I guess Stamkos didn't retire still. That's crazy. But Kucherov retired early, so maybe that's just a Russian thing. I guess Stamkos wants to go for the three-peat. Couldn't get it done in Tampa. So this is the pick we have right here. Is there anybody ahead of him that might be good? All 3 years out. Then behind him doesn't look great. Could get this guy, he could be interesting. Like not big, but it says he's got balance and physical play. So just a guy who goes out there and works hard. I'm not sure, like, if we could trade and look to buy with this. Add to the NHL. Because goalies, we got our guys if Clara comes back. Defensive wise, like these guys are all signed. We got Roy, Kairu. Xhekaj's even signed for the scratch there. I don't think we need to add to the defense for sure. They did really well last season. Fiala's still signed. Like we don't need to add guys, so let's just make our pick, because we can be a Stanley Cup winning team with prospects, which is interesting. Yeah, the guys around this pick are not good potential. The last one was, it dropped off after 26. I kind of like the gem here that our scouts scouted. 5'9", he's a center. Doesn't have to be a center though. He's got apparently A+ shooting, Scott Hartnell comparison, and three for a two-way forward, but he looks like he's a pretty unique player, I'd say probably. He's a top 6 as well. '67 overall. I'd say that's a pretty good job. Oh, he's a sniper. So not exactly what we thought he was, but yeah, it could be interesting. So after that we got 64. I don't think we really have too many guys pinned. This was the guy we were thinking about in the second round, but he could have been our first rounder. Just take another guy in the second round. And we have 2 third rounders too, so could take a defensive defenseman. Not bad. He is left-handed. Could take a goalie, don't really need one. Don't know anything about this guy, so I'd probably, with all these low like potentials, probably stay away from him. A big left-handed defenseman. How big was this guy? It's probably pretty big. This guy's two bars on elite. Looks good to me. We don't have that much info on him. Played 19 games in the SHL. 17-year-old playmaker. Was this guy 3 years out? Yeah. He's probably a top 9. I should look at what prospects we have. See if we need more defensemen or forwards. Well, goaltending wise, we have this one guy. We could take a goalie. Don't really need to. Like, our guys in the NHL are young. We've got a good prospect. We've got this one good defensive prospect. This guy could still make it. Although he's been playing on the top pairing and he still hasn't grown. Like, it's not like I've been like slowing his development down. He's played on the top pairing in the AHL for probably 3 years now, looks like. We could use defense prospects as well, because for forward prospects, don't have any right wingers. We have like one left winger. And centers, we're doing pretty well. So definitely don't need centers. So I think we'll go with that defenseman there. Just go with this guy here. Brandon Dika. And we have another pick right away here. We could take a goalie. A 19-year-old 19-year-old goalie who didn't even play in the WHL, who is, yeah, we have nothing on him, and he's apparently 2 years, and it's confirmed 2 years away. That's not really interests me because we don't need like a young AHL guy. We could take this guy, 17-year-old, like a massive project. Only played 5 games in the NLA. This guy's probably a high fringe starter. So we could take this guy with our next third, I think. Unless it's too late. Yeah, it's too late. Defensive wise, I think we could use probably a right D. This guy could be interesting. Oops. Like, sure, a high elite seems good, but when it's a goalie, and we already have a medium elite. So this guy played 20 games in the SHL. This guy had only 9 points in the OHL. 6'4", 3 years away, 3 bars, 3 years away. 4 bars, 4 years away. Weak character, and that's confirmed. I'll take the goalie. Our scouts did a good job on scouting goalies, so we'll take him. 47, yeah. Probably won't be signed until the end of his his contract's there. So defensive zone play, but team utilization is bad. He played 13 games in the league as an 18-year-old. 5 years out. Got good shooting. I kind of want to right D. We'll go for you. And then 128. I don't think we had any pin guys before that even. I guess I should have looked at that, but I think they were all later. Yeah, we can probably go for that guy next. $160. I think we could still like not take him. But then we're gonna be too late to take this guy. How much do we need this guy? Like, he's not very good at all. He's more of just like a potential guy, which doesn't really do much for me. So we can take this guy with our next pick and then look for somebody better maybe. Holy, 18-year-old who put up 41 points in the queue. That's okay. Got good work ethic, and we don't need a center. We could use a winger. Let's go with this guy. He's a bottom, but could be a good guy for, because we're not really looking for home runs with these picks. We're looking for guys who could be good bottom six guys if we need it. And then our last pick is 224, so that's, I think the other guy, that guy was 227, so he can be the what's it called, the Mr. Nobody pick. Last pick of the draft. We don't have any info on these guys. This guy's more offensive for sure. 24 points in the queue. He's small though. 20-year-old. 18-year-old. This guy's confirmed power forward. Got good reach, good teammate utilization. 6'5", 18 years old. Let's take him. Duke Hayes. Nice. Duke Hayes from the Calgary Hitmen. 6'5", 222. I like it. Oh yeah, this guy's just right at the end of the draft. Mr. Nobody is 49 low elite. Get all our scouts back because they've been doing a pretty good job. Especially last year's draft and the year before. Definitely the year before that was when we got that Nakis guy, is that his name? Let's look at him. So we got him center in the 4th round. His face-offs didn't grow, so he's more of a winger. But like, look at that shooting. Puck control, puck skills are pretty good. He's like spread out everywhere, basically. Like the only thing that's low are face-offs. Balance is a little low, and that's it. That's actually it. Like those are the only things below an 81. That's actually crazy. So Clara, we will qualify We have 12 million. These guys split time pretty well in the AHL. So we'll look to bring Roy back. Just offer him around 575 maybe. Kairu. Oh yeah, we'll qualify you. Asking for way more now for some reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So still have 2 extras in the AHL. You're not going to be signed. Although this guy could probably play. He's, yeah, our 6th round pick from last year. Look at that shot. Our scouts have been doing a good job. So maybe sign you and then drop. We'll just drop you. Then we still have 2 extra scratches for defense in the AHL, which it's like we might as well have more than we need. Just gotta remember to get this guy in the lineup instead of our higher overall guys. Just keep this team together. I don't know if they'll ever miss the playoffs. I don't know. I don't think they've ever missed the playoffs actually. This AHL team. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 would be Leech, and those would all be all the people in. Moore could almost be a scratch now, like a very good scratch, and that means Misa would get in. But then we have Lundestrom as well. So if we just released Stevenson, like I almost feel like I should bring him back just because he did help us in the playoffs, or at least in the final game. And then it would be, and then we would just have Lundestrom in the AHL. We could almost like trade him because he was our scratch last season. We didn't have many forward injuries. Yeah, and he didn't even need to get in the playoffs, so then that would be, if we got Stevenson back, then Moore could be the scratch, or even like Leech. We could put Stamkos on the 4th line, put Nakis on the 2nd line, or the 3rd line. But Stevenson wants that much, which we could do. I don't think we even need to worry about saving it until Roy signs. We'll just bring him back just because we won the cup. 3.4. Ludwig, if you want actual money, then you're gonna be qualified. Because you had 16 points in the NHL. So then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2. We can just bring back all our, although, yeah, you can't play in yet. I'd rather just, like, 67 Sniper, just leave him unsigned. So yeah, we can just bring everybody back for now. What is this guy's durability? He keeps getting injured. 77. I kind of feel bad that like this guy's still only 25 and he like never got a shot in the NHL. I think he played like part of one season. He's just not built like exactly how I like guys. No, he didn't even get part of one season, so. Pastujov, we could qualify him. He's built well. Same with this guy even. But same thing, he's not built like exactly the best. I think he did play in the NHL. No? Okay. Savoy. He wants a one-way. We can qualify him. But this is kind of the last time where all these guys are still RFAs. Looks like Matt Roy signed. Stevenson didn't. If he's gonna be a hassle, then we're not too concerned about re-signing him. Okay, he did. Just offer him 200k more. These guys, I'm not sure if these three like AHLers, if they're qualifying, they're gonna like take actual cap space up. If we have to make a move and they accept their offer, then we will, but I'm just concerned about Kyrou and Clara basically, but I'm sure we'll get them back. I just watched the Canada versus Czech conference or quarterfinal in the World Juniors, and just Canada just been playing bad so much of the tournament. They just lose out. Get what they deserve, lose out. Pretty disappointing tournament, but I honestly think it's just the other countries are just getting so much. It's not even just the US that's dominant. Like the US is so much, the US is taking over first place now in dominance, and I'm a Canadian. And then like all the other countries, like even like Latvia is like they're catching up, and Canada's like starting to go back to the middle of the pack. I'm surprised this is only Hemming's second season. Like he's all it's funny, he's the only time he's been on the team, we've been winning cups. We might as well give him an extension. Be like, you won 2 cups with us the 2 seasons you've played in the NHL. You've deserved it. We've got like so many people signed. Klang is probably wanting so much money. We'll see. And yeah, we'll just sim forward and see how this goes with these RFAs and get to the next season. Okay, so we got Clara signed, we got Kyrou signed, and actually Matt Savoy was qualified, or he was tendered a qualifying offer. So I don't even remember which team it was, but he's on the move at 26, so that's fine. He can go and get a shot because he was a few players from actually making it back to the NHL. We got our other guys who've led us to the Stanley Cup, so I'll get our line set up and show you guys what we got. Okay, so here's our NHL lines for the season. Nakis is going to be a winger because he doesn't really have face-offs, but he's going to be on that second pairing. That's our fourth line. This is on our fourth line. 98 slap shot accuracy. I feel like his shot accuracy went up, but yeah. So Stamkos on our fourth line. We got lots of firepower. That's our defense core, exactly the same. Goalie's exactly the same. Scratch is exactly the same. So yeah, we got our entire team back from our back-to-back cup wins. This is our AHL. Got a couple prospects in there, but yeah. So we got our goalie. So he's the biggest, but goaltending hasn't been an issue at all in the past 2 seasons. So let's get into the regular season and see how we can start. Okay, here we are at the trade deadline. We are doing ridiculously good. Like, just ridiculous. We're probably going to clinch a playoff spot within the week. And yeah, so let's look at how we're doing. We only have 1.3 mil in cap space to make a move. So I don't think we're going to make a move at all. It would have to be a low cap guy, probably half retained. So we can look at it, but so yeah, we're first in the entire league. Let's look at how we stack up here. New Jersey's offense is competing with us, actually. That's actually crazy. 4.28 goals for per game. And looks like, yeah, we're in first, tied for first. Our power play, New Jersey's is beating us this year, but that's the only one. Our PK is better this year, actually. We're in sixth, it looks like there. So pretty good. I'd like to see that all more rounded. Our PK is finally up there. Zegras with 84 points already in 64 games. We did have Carlson, Fiala, and Hemming all go down for injury in this past week. So yeah, this is our Byfield. He's doing what he needed to do, showing that he's different than McTavish. Nakis, our rookie here, 45 points in the third line. Pretty awesome. Built very well. Looks like he's tied for 5th on our team in goals. Stevenson doing well. Hemming doing well. Leach, actually, Stamkos is struggling. He's the one struggling. And remember, we had that contract for him. So it's almost like you hope he plays well this season and in the playoffs, but then maybe retires after, hopefully, another Stanley Cup. Zellweger, a point-a-game defenseman. I don't think he's had more than 50 points in this. Yeah. And he's only done that the past 2 seasons, so he's like still improving basically at 27. Drysdale almost the same actually. Minchikov, so that's our 3 offensive guys. Zellweger's actually a 2-way, I think. Wait, who's a 2-way? Minchikov's a 2-way. Chikrin not doing bad. Kyrou actually, so look at that, plus 50 already. But Kyrou and Chikrin are almost maybe want to think about moving Kyrou because he's a -2. I'm not sure where the -2 comes from. It's just bad 5-on-5 play probably. Clara and Klang. Clara's the starter this year, but I might look to see if there's, I don't know if it's smart to move out a guy who won back-to-back cups with us, but it's not like he's been that crazy. So let us, Carlson can get back in the lineup, so let's put him in there. I think that would be the only move, because it was Stamkos and Leach struggling on that bottom line. I think Misa is doing fine. I guess Misa has the same amount of points as them, so it's just that bottom line that might be struggling a little. It's almost Stamkos that's not doing that well. So maybe throw in a cheap 4th liner in with that, or maybe just get Lundestrom up there. We're looking for a 3rd pairing right-handed defenseman. It could be a better guy, like just with a lower. Lundqvist could almost make that work. It's a little bit too much. After him, the next defenseman, left-handed. Jones? No, making too much. That makes sense. Graves is left. Pionk? He's another offensive, so not exactly what I'm looking for. And he's definitely built like an offensive. Fabro maybe. Wasn't he on? He was on our team. He's 32. Actually, he's still pretty young. Zub, maybe? Defensive defenseman. I think Fabro, in the little bit he played with us, was pretty good. He's making about exactly what he was making when he was with us. That was a few years back. This was when he was a scratch with us, these 2 years, kind of. Yeah, these 2 years here. He was our scratch. He only played 29 games with us, but that's because we had young guys that we wanted to play, so maybe bring him in. Just as a change, because Fabro he's a two-way, built very well. He's a minus 22. He's been, like, last year was like his best season so far. That and this season. He's on a very bad team. Maybe I want to bring in someone else. Minus 22 is pretty bad. There was Zub. He's older, so he might like regress, which would be a little bit dangerous. Goliath? No. Hellebuck. Tom Wilson we could bring in? That could actually be interesting. Let's look at Mr. Zub here. Defensive defenseman. Minus 36. He's been on Nashville for a long time. Nashville's been bad. So let's go to New York here. They have Fabro, and they're looking to move Bertuzzi too. Not exactly the guy that I'd look for. So let's just get Fabro, because maybe we just leave. I guess we can't really, because he'll be 1-1-5. We could just get him and keep Kyrou, just in case, because Kyrou was we won the cups with him, so just in case we need him. So he's playing second pairing. He has 13 points. He's a minus 22. Let's say a second's fair value for him. So we got him, and we're gonna change that third line, or the fourth line. I guess we don't really have any cap, so it'd make more sense just maybe bring up a guy from the AHL. Wilson's making a lot of money, so let's just bring up a guy from the AHL, change that third line a little bit, or the fourth line, or even just put Trevor Moore in there. Scratch Stamkos. You almost hope if Stamkos not gonna play, then play him in the or hopefully he retires. Alright, so we made it to the end of the regular season here, just about out of recording time. We actually got our 60 wins, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, we will do the season wrap up at the next video and get into playoffs. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next one.